December 2011. TD Bank's profits rose 58% in fourth quarter as it booked stronger results from domestic retail banking operations and its wholesale banking division. The bank says profits increased to $1.57 billion in the 3-month period. Revenue lifted to $5.6 billion from $5.2 billion. For the full year, TD Bank's profits increased to $5.89 billion from $4.64 billion in 2010. Revenue was up $21.59 billion from $19.57 billion. So, TD Bank is making profits off of all these service charge from the Canadian people, among other things. December 2011. Toronto. Bank of Montreal says fourth quarter profits grew 21% to $897 million on stronger results in its Canadian retail banking operations. On an adjusted basis, earnings were equivalent to $1.27 per share. And then it says Bank of Montreal's total revenue increased to $3.88 billion from $3.23 billion. BMO's Canadian personal and commercial banking operations posted an increase of 1.5% to $424 million. August, beginning of September 2011, CIBC boosts dividends as profits soar. CIBC raised its dividend for the first time since the economic downturn, as it reported Wednesday that its profits grew by 26% to $808 million in the third quarter, soaring above the analysts' expectations. Total revenue increased to $3.6 billion from $2.85 billion. December 2011. CIBC profits rise 59%, beats expectations. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, CIBC, fiscal fourth quarter profit rose 59%, beating expectations on volume growth and higher fees, mostly in business banking. Sure, mostly in business banking, higher fees. So now they're starting to tell us, why are these banks making extra money and why are their profits soaring? Because their fees are increasing. December 2011. Scotiabank Friday reported profit rose 11% in its fourth quarter compared with the same period a year earlier to $1.24 billion, with a moderate to strong growth in most of its major divisions. Revenue increased to $4.35 billion in the 3 months ended October 31st from $3.94 billion a year earlier. Scotia is the fourth big bank to post results for the quarter and the fourth to beat analyst estimates. The bank had a record annual profit. So the bank had a record annual profit of $5.27 billion. That's profit, people. Money in their pocket from you and me that they're stealing through fees, up 21% from last year. Canadian bank profits may rise on mortgage and credit card fees. This was February 2011, talking about the Canadian banks. Canada's economic growth rate is expected to accelerate to 3% in the second half of the year, driving bank earnings higher. Consumer banking fees will cushion a slowdown in trading and other investments. So consumer banking fees. This is again in February of 2011. So they plan that their consumer banking fees were going to increase the bank, the profits that they make. So now you come to the end of the year 2011, and they told us in the beginning of 2011 in February that the banks would increase their fees upon consumers, and now end of the year Scotia has a record year, makes billions of dollars. All the other banks makes billions of dollars, and us consumers are stuck paying their fees. Wonderful system you have going here in Canada. It's like Robin Hood, sort of. You know, they rob from the poor and give to the rich.